could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep, move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes may.
Hello, everybody, and welcome in. How we all doing tonight? Oh, hey, let's shut that off. There we go. All right, it's Tuesday night. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. It's time for DMJ Vroom Vroom North America Choice of Weapon Season 3. Round 4 here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Woof, the season is cooking past already. So, we head back to the Americas. A little race at Trial Mountain here tonight. I was trying to figure out why I couldn't hear myself. There we go. Okay, we got started. We got Nolander coming in with that share and that like. Much love, my dude. Hope you're doing well. I think he's streaming over there on Facebook as well right now. And he's going to be in this race, so if you want to check out his point of view, head over to Nolander Gaming on Facebook there and check him out. So let's go over some details. It is a 40-minute endurance race here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be started off with a 15-minute qualifying run, and the mandatory racing tire tonight is the hard compound tire. So the slowest and the hardest compound to drive on a pretty technical narrow track here tonight. Pit window is at the end of lap 4, and the weather is S05 in the evening, and it's a times 12 multiplier. So we're going to see some night racing here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep moving. All right. Let's get to our series specific details here. It is 5 times tire wear, 3 times fuel consumption. So every lap that these drivers make around the racetrack means that they're using 5 laps worth of tire wear and 3 laps worth of fuel. So it's going to go quickly here. So the drivers need to be mindful of that. Of course, as we move forward. So there we go. We're just missing one driver. He just popped in. BOP is on, so balance of performance, and there is no tuning. Traction control and anti-lock braking system is allowed. Heavy damage is on. The track edge is real. The slipstream is real. Penalties are on weak for track limits. Our stewards are being friendly, but not that friendly. Hey, what's up, Fast Ginger? We appreciate you, my guy. Pit line penalties are on, and all flag rules do apply. Alright, so looks like we got one driver resetting here. Alright, so the official lobby is up, so we have about 5 minutes till qualifying start here, so we're just kind of letting everything get sorted out. I'm going to go take a quick look around the racetrack here, make sure everything looks good here as well before we get started. Now, the round specific details here, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in again. If you're just tuning in, this is DMJ Vroom Vroom North America Choice of Weapon. Ooh, are we having an issue? I think we're having an issue. Alright, hold on. We'll keep going here. These guys are sorting it out. The admin's got it all figured out here. I got messages coming in. Alright. Just getting some stuff sorted out here. What's going on? Alright, sorry ladies and gentlemen, I got sidetracked here. We're just trying to figure out what's going on here. These guys have got it handled under control. I do apologize as we had a little all good here. What's up, Egon? Kenneth? Hey, evening fellas. Good luck to you too as well. Nuts and also in the racing here. I'm sorry ladies and gentlemen. Just, yeah, got distracted with what's going on behind the scenes, what you can't see on the screen in front of you yet. Let's get back to it. Race specific details again, sorry folks, is a 40-minute race, 15-minute qualifying before that race starts. A racing hard tire is required, of course it is. That pit window is at the end of lap 4, and the weather is S05 evening times 12. So it should be a pretty nice night out here on the mountain tonight. So hopefully everything's sorted out here. Alright, appreciate Petey coming in with that like and a share. Kenneth coming in with that like on the stream as well. Let's get back locked in and on track with what's going on here. We have a couple of minutes left here. Alright, Scratching my hicks. I'm a little confused and a little dazzled here at the moment. What are we trying to do here? Bam. All right. So Trial Mountain here, ladies and gentlemen, on the screen in front of you. This is a fictional racetrack here provided to us by Gran Turismo 7. It was in some of the original Gran Turismos, I believe 4 and 5, and then we didn't see it in Sport, and it's made its return. A little redone and a little reworked, but still pretty true to what it was here in Gran Turismo 7. It's a fast circuit, it's a technical circuit, and, well, it's going to be at night here tonight, so it should be really, really interesting to see what's going to happen here. We're not going to get to see too much of the race cars, but we're going to try broadcasting a little bit differently here tonight, so bear with me tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to leave the driver names off of the screen tonight, and I'm just going to broadcast based off of what these cars look like in the dark. So bear with me, and let me know at the end of the stream what you guys think of that. We're trying some different things here at the stream, and we're just trying to get the best viewing to the viewers out there. So the information takes up a lot of the screen. To see if we can eliminate some of that for you and still keep you all locked in with what's going on. It's going to be tough here tonight. It's in the race, but we'll do our best. All right. I think I think we're good. Oh wait, I got a keyboard. Right. All right, so what's going to happen here shortly, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to do 2 lobby resets, and then we're going to kick this thing off. So it's going to be an interesting day. All right, and we're looking like we're pretty ready here, ladies and gentlemen, so I do apologize about the little bit of a pause early on in the stream there. That's my fault. I got to learn not to get distracted so easily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so we got 9 to 13 here. All right. So 2 lobby resets, ladies and gentlemen, and then we're going to start qualifying as soon as all the drivers check in. So 2 lobby resets. Bear with me for one moment. Alright, almost got it dialed in here. We almost got this down to a science. There we go. Alright, so now, as soon as the drivers check in, we'll start qualifying. So let's get you over to the other screen. We'll bring up a track map here in just a little bit. And bada bing, bada boom. There we go. You can see what I can see now, ladies and gentlemen. So, welcome in. Qualifying will get in as soon as all our drivers are checked in. We're right on the ball here today. Alright, so hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's had a good start to your weeks. I know it's Monday's over. We're into Tuesday, and that means it's race time, so welcome in. Again, this is presented by DMJ Vroom Room. This is the North American edition of Choice of Weapon. It's our 3rd season here, and it's the 4th round of the season. This is our pro division. I'm your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming. And I hope everybody enjoys the broadcast. This is family friendly. We got 12 drivers checked in. Let's go. 10 seconds till qualifying, as everybody can see on your screen right there. So what we are going to do is we're going to drop the banner for everybody for qualifying, so you guys can see all the good stuff. We'll bring up all of the information on the screen for qualifying because, well, we want to see who's placing where for qualifying. And then, during the race, we're going to take all that information away. Now we're gonna wing it tonight. And we're gonna test our broadcasting prowess. So let's see how it goes. Alright, so we're just seeing which driver's gonna sort out in front of the other here. And it's gonna be Freak out in front here, it looks like, so fantastic. We're at a 9 or a 10 here. Where's Freak? Where is Freak? There we go. So Oh, no, it is not the Freak. It is Larry. Paymay, sorry. So Paymay's out first here. Hey, wait a minute. These two have the same colored car. That's not fair. Uh-oh. That's going to be a problem. What happened to the yellow car? Oh, it is kind of yellow. Alright. This is going to be tricky. We got two of the same color cars. Appreciate you, Gary. Appreciate you, my guy. Yeah. We can talk about it after the race if you want. So 12 drivers here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have one not feeling well. We have one out of town at work, and his internet just can't connect well enough to race tonight, so that's unfortunate for him. And we have one driver still on his way dealing with some real world racing, actually, so he's unable to make the track here tonight as well. So 12 of the drivers on track here today, and it's going to be a good one. So Trial Mountain, we've had a physics update as well. They've done a lot of changes in the game. The force feedback in the steering wheels and the pedals has changed quite significantly. It's a lot heavier now. Controller users have changed the operation of the controller handling of the car as well. I am not sure if that's improved or gotten worse. I haven't gotten quite enough feedback to really make that determination from the community yet, but they've also made a lot of balanced performance changes in the Group 3 and the Group 4 cars especially, and of course a new tire model, so the tires wear differently now as well in the game, so they completely turned everything upside down here, and it's going to make for an interesting round 4 between our Pro and our Pro-Ams. No biggie, I appreciate you. The feedback is very strong, Gary. I don't disagree with you there. So we're with Paymay here, and we're going to do a lap around Trial Mountain here. We're going to take another lap around Trial Mountain with Paymay once he comes around here, because I'm slacking tonight, aren't I, chat? Usually we're doing the onboard here, but we're just busy catching up here because, well, I'm a slacker. We got Vic up here with the thumbs up. How we all doing, everybody? We really appreciate everybody here. Huge shout out to LWR Designs, DDR, WPR, for their partnerships with DMJ as well. Of course, D.90, our resident host over there in the United Kingdom, the Europe side of things. Absolute legend, that guy over there on Facebook Gaming. And you have to go check him out. We've been very graciously joined with him a couple nights here so far in the series, and it's been fantastic. So we're just on board with Paymay here as he's just coming around the last couple sets of corners. I don't have these locked into my brain yet, but we've taken a crack at naming the turns here at Trial Mountain, so bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you think of them as well. Going to have some fun with these racetracks this season here at DMJ. That's the big thing. We want to have fun while we're doing this as well, ladies and gentlemen, so get ready to have a little fun. We're going to have some fun. A lot of hard work and research goes into this from Ms. Devious, of course, the Special Operations Admin here at GT45 Gaming, so a huge shout out to her. We'll get more into that in a little bit when we have a little more time to do so. 40 minutes on the docket here tonight with a 15-minute qualifier. We're 4 minutes in, and Paymay is going to be the first to cross the line. See what he's got. Ooh, it looks good. It's a 50.2 coming from Paymay here. Let's see what Badass has as he comes across the line, and it's going to be second place. Freak Great in behind Badass, or he's going to stay in third. We got Nolander, and he's got a train of cars in behind with Miss Devious and Knudsen. Nolander jumps up into fifth. Miss Devious jumps up into fourth. Knudsen into third. We're missing our buttons. Jakey's just coming around here right now. Let's see where Jakey settles in as he comes across here. Look like Tom just went through there, and Tom's in P2. So Jakey coming across here, he's going to stay in ninth there, so not a great lap there. CRF as he comes around here, let's see what he's on a lap here too as well. This looks pretty good for his first one. It's fourth place for CRF. LJ here, he is going to be our last driver out, and we got one driver sitting off on a qualifying ban just due to an incident on the previous round. No big deal, it's just a part of the process here, so he will start at the back of the pack today. That doesn't mean nothing. We've seen a Pro-Am driver last round start at the back of the pack due to a similar style penalty and finish on the podium, so anything can happen here at Trial Mountain. The Mountain likes to pick on these race cars, and it's going to be LJ moving up into pole position here, so let's stay on board with LJ here actually as he goes through the Lupine S's here, ladies and gentlemen, and let's do a quick little run through around the track. That takes us into Tahoe Pass. That leads us into the tunnel. So this is the tunnel right here, and what Tahoe Pass essentially, ladies and gentlemen, and then that leads us into a really hard right-hand corner. That's Sonora. We come out of Sonora. This takes us into a couple little kinks we're going to call Hollow Tree and then Cyrus right here as we lead in towards our next tunnel section. So we come into the first little tunnel, come through the mudslide curve, very fitting name here, as you just kind of slide through this corner, just nice and gentle like that, as you see from LJ here. From there we're down, barreling through the Black Bear Pass. And noted on the right hand side at the end of this tunnel is where the black bears can be seen from time to time here in Trial Mountain. And then we come into a very long, sweeping left-hand corner at the end of this massively long straightaway here. And that's going to lead us up into Twin Redwoods. So as LJ is coming through Twin Redwoods here, that's just a nice clean exit. That takes us into another little set of S's called the Auburn Curves. And then that takes us into this harder corner right here, the Whitney Curve, as we come all the way around there. And then that leads us up into one more corner before we head up into a chicane. And this is Nessie's Corner right here, or Nessie's Cove, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. There's a reason for that. And then that takes us down another little straightaway, a little kink right there, and then that takes us into the famous Trial Mountain chicane. Now, a little bit different in the new version compared to the older versions we're used to seeing. But as he comes around the start-finish line here, he is rocking and rolling. Let's see what his second time is. Jakey's currently sitting on pole. Let's see if LJ can get that from him. A 49.942. It is a 49.595. Is not good enough for pole position. So it's Jakey in pole. It's LJ. Let's see where the rest of our field is here. It's going... Nope, we missed him right there. So it's going to be Badass to come through next here. So we'll stay on board with Badass here as he comes around. Currently sitting in 6th place here. And he's looking to move up some spots, of course, in the starting lineup. So, oh, the chat is popping off. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you're all doing fantastic. Wow, that just all refreshed there. I put money down here on Vegas. Don't let me down. He's an over-under. Jakey says chip, mudslide. Right at it is very blind. Absolutely, Ginger. Jakey, I got you for top 5. Don't let me down, says Paul. If you were a gambling man. Alright, so Badass here as he comes through, and there's Miss Devious in behind him, so we'll see if we can catch her right. Is it Miss Devious? It might not be Miss Devious. Badass here in 6th place. Freak in behind him here, actually, and he's still not going to change his position any. Where is Freak? I don't know. Now, no liner coming through. He's going to stay in 11th. Jakey coming through, current pole sitter right now, 49.403 here, ladies and gentlemen. These drivers are finding time on this racetrack. And he's 49, but it's not an improvement, so still good enough for pole. LJ chasing. Where's Paymay here? Paymay's just coming into the chicane right now, actually. Let's stay with Paymay and see if he's got a response for the pole sitters here. We got Kilt coming in with that like and that share. How are you, my guy? Hello, hello, hello. Let's go, says Kilt Racer. Alright, Paymay coming around. Can he better the pole sitter and LJ just up in front of him? And it's been a battle between these two so far this season, and it's going to be a 1. That's not a 150. That was a very, very close time right there. It was a 149.434, 30 with 3/100ths of a second between Jakey and Paymay, and then we moved to LJ. There's only 1/10 of a second, and then it's a second to Streeter Tom, who's currently sitting in 4th place. He's only got 7/100ths over Larry Birch. He's only got 3/100ths over Freak, who's got 2/10 over CRF. He's only got 2/10 over Miss Devious, 2/10 over Badass. Badass only has 3/10 over Knudsen. Knudsen has a little bit over Nolander, and then of course G-Bub will round out our field here at the end of qualifying. How many tunnel victims tonight? I don't know. It's hard to say. I was on track with a lot of these pro drivers over the last couple of days, and they really seem to be locked in here. We got Jakey on a purple lap here, so I think we're gonna jump on board with. Wrong button. Jump on board with Jakey here as he's coming around the final few corners. Don't ask me to remember these things, right? Don't quite have them locked into my head yet. We got the chicane. That was Nessie's Cove that we just came out of right there. See? Hey, we're getting it, chat. We're getting it. I mean, much love to Miss Devious. We'll bring the track map up for everybody here in between qualifying and... and a little ambitious there. Was Jakey as he got it a little bit wrong coming out of that final chicane. So let's see who is coming through there. They can. We just missed. All right, so it's gonna be Paymay, 3/100ths off of Jakey's fastest lap currently here. We're only 10 minutes in. We still have 5 minutes of qualifying, so we're gonna see 3 more laps from most of the drivers here, depending when they come around the start-finish line. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they slide through the start-finish line with here. Let's see what Paymay's got. It's a 49.8 from Paymay there, so still not good enough to take that pole position away from Jakey. Jakey is the winner from last round as well. Paymay currently sitting in second. LJ just came through, didn't grab any time there. Streeter Tom, let's try to get up into the front of our field a little bit here. There we go. Let's get on board with Badass, who's now down into 10th there, and I believe he's got Tattoo Freak still up in behind him as well. So up in 8th place there is Freak. We'll try and get them both as they come across the line this time around here. And we're just coming out of, I can't remember. I really can't remember. This is Nessie's Cove right here, though. I remember this one. Alright, here we go, coming into the chicane. Ooh, a little bit wide there for Badass. Tattoo gets a much better entry into the chicane. She gave him a better exit line coming out of the second part of the chicane. We'll have to see how Badass responds there. See if he got a nice exit there. It looks like he got a decent exit, but Freak is gaining a little bit on him there. So let's see what Badass has. It was a 151. It wasn't good enough to improve there. And Freak was a 150.7, and then still going to keep him in 8th place there. So improving their laps. Let's see what Nolander has as he comes through here. It's still P11. I'm not sure who's behind Nolander there. All right. Jakey's just coming around here. This is going to be one that I think will count. It's 2-minute lap. So that was after the spin last time around. Of course, that straightaway matters. You need a good run down that straightaway. It makes or breaks the next lap. And you just seen that from Jake there. CRF jumping up into 5th place there with a 150.2, I believe I saw on the screen there. And we got Paymay coming around here right now. Let's see where Paymay's at. Still in the 49. Super consistent here is Paymay. LJ's on an out, it looks like. We got Larry up into 4th here now. We've got CRF in 5th. Sorry, CRF. Didn't mean to skip you there, my guy. Alright, great stuff. We got Streeter Tom here in P6. Got Nuts in 7th. We've got Freak in 8th. We've got Miss Devious just ahead there. Just behind him there, sorry, in 9th. Badass just ahead of Freak there in 10th in qualifying, but ahead of him on track. And Nolander just out here in 11th. He hasn't found that big improvement here yet, so still working on figuring this racetrack out. John, how we doing, my guy? Coming in with that thumbs up on the stream as well. How many tunnel victims tonight? Hello, good sir. Hope you're doing well. Alright, everything seems to be moving fairly good here so far. Alright, so Jakey 3-100 still on pole. The timer still has 2 minutes, so we're going to see another set of laps from some of these drivers yet. And the track is already getting dark out, so we're going to very quickly lose those beautiful liveries on the racetrack here. But that's alright. We're still going to rock this thing in a little bit of a different look here today. Devious is on a penalty there. Oh, heartbreaking. That's going to ruin this lap and the next lap. So that's unfortunate there for Miss D, as she's in 10th place. Corey Hawkins coming in with that thumbs up. How we doing, Corey? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well, dude. BRB. Not that long, I guess, but seems like a long time already. Time flies when you're having fun. What can we say? But it is Jakey here. Ooh, and improving on that pole time is Jakey with a 149.100. Paymay is just coming across the line. Let's see what he's got. Ooh, it was a good lap there. It was a 49.416 for Paymay there, so a small improvement and a small gain on the pole sitter. Let's see where LJ's at. LJ's just getting to that point here right now, too. I believe he's just coming through the Auburn S, as that is right there. And then that takes us into Nessie's Cove here. Pardon me, ladies and gentlemen. Egon coming in with that thumbs up as well. So, as LJ's coming in through Nessie's Cove, let's see what he's got. He's still got the chicane, so a little bit of a straight run here. Alright, we're about to see what he's got. He's coming across that start finish line. You can see it all lit up right there. It's going to be a 49.9, so not going to be enough to grab a spot. We got Knudsen going all the way up into 4th place here. Larry's in pit lane in 5th place. We got Streeter Tom in 6th. We got CRF here in 7th. He's on a good lap here right now, too. And it is enough to take that position from Streeter Tom. We got Freak having a little chat with Barry R there. We've got Badass in 9th. We've got Miss Devious here in 10th place. And, ooh, final lap. So that's it. This little group of drivers coming through here are going to be the last ones to get around that checkered flag. So we're going to see some four-way flashers start coming from some of these drivers here. going to be Nolander coming across. It's going to be an improvement here, I think, from Nolander. So 51, good half-second improvement there from Nolander to pull him within 0.6 of a second of Miss Devious there up ahead. So where is, there we go, we got Paymay, and I'm not sure who's up ahead of Paymay there. Oh, it looks like it's Freak, and Freak is on a chalk lap, so he's just letting Paymay go around there and see what Paymay can do. So great job by Freak there. And can Paymay grab the pole position here? No, he cannot. It's going to be a 52.8 from Paymay, so it looks like it's going to be Jakey here. Sitting in pole position, so Paymay not able to get it done. Let's see if LJ can get it done here as he's coming around in through Whitney Curve right now, and then that leads us into Nessie's Cove. Now you just see in the shot there's a lake, there's a body of water on the outside of the fence of the racetrack. Nessie, body of water, maybe, if you're lucky, you can catch a very rare sighting of a very, very rare creature, ladies and gentlemen, here at Trial Mountain. Coming through that chicane now is LJ here, and he's looking real good. Let's see what he's got. Nolander, I put money on you too. You win, I get $100, says Vegas. No pressure, no pressure. And it's going to be a 49.288. It's going to be good enough for second place, so he's going to leapfrog over Paymay. So that was a good lap right there from LJ. And let's see, Larry's in the pit. CRF is done. Freak is done. Badass is done. Miss Devious is done. All right. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. There's our finishing order. It's going to be Apex Racing's Jakey in pole position ahead of Apex Racing's LJ and Apex Racing's Paymay. First, second, and third place. We got ATK Streeter Tom in fourth. We got NLR Knudsen in fifth. Apex Racing's Larry Birch in sixth. We've got CRF 132R in 7th. We've got Apex Racing's Tattooed Freak in 8th. We've got TCR Badass 350X in 9th. We've got Miss Devious in 10th. We've got Nolander in, Rad Nolander 1978 in 11th place. And G-Bub Trawick starting out in the back of the field here today. Make sure you guys have all of the tires on that you want to start on in the race here tonight as well. There will be a 2-minute window in between the race and qualifying for the drivers to make any changes, make any final adjustments, take a quick potty break, whatever the case may be, and then we're going to race. So 40 minutes here at Trial Mountain. It's getting dark on the racetrack, and next time we come out, we're not going to have all this beautiful information here. You're going to have that banner at the bottom of the screen that we always see during the race, and everything else up top, and we're going to make it all disappear here. Alright, so let's check out those qualifying results here, ladies and gentlemen, on the screen in front of you. It is Apex Jakey with a 48.846, with LJ 49.288, Paymay in third with a 49.416, is Streeter Tom in fourth with a 49.714, Knudsen in fifth with a 150.032, Larry Birch in sixth with a 150.100, CRF in seventh with a 150.246, Apex Racing's Tattooed Freak in 8th with a 150.714. And TCR's Badass in 9th with a 150.764. Miss Devious with a 51.195. And Nolander with a 151.869. And G-Bub starting at the back of the pack here tonight. So, well done by all the drivers. And look at them, they're already ready and up. Kick them tires, light them fires. You know her, my man, you know it. I'm doubling down on Nolander. Going for the rad strategy, are we, Vegas? All right. Gambling man is Vegas Paul. So, ladies and gentlemen, the banner returns. It is a very beautiful banner, though, and with that being said, much love to High Pre Graphics coming in doing all our overlay packages for us here for DMJ North America. We really appreciate him and all the extra work he does behind the scenes to keep things looking mean, lean, and an orange racing machine here at DMJ Vroom Room. So much love to High Pre Graphics because they look so good. Put a smile on my face every time I see them. Hope everybody enjoys them as much as I do. All right. Don't read the chat. Things are getting hostile. The boys are the team play is out the window here, and they're tearing up their friends cards, and it's no holds barred. Let the best four-wheeled car win here. It's going to be a spicy race. Ladies and gentlemen. So we have a minute. Let's talk about Trial Mountain, there we go, on the screen in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, is our track map. So the length of Trial Mountain is 3.38 miles, 5.44 kilometers. It has 15 left and right hand turns. It is a tarmac road surface. It is an original circuit to Gran Turismo. It's an elevation change of approximately 147 feet. That is estimated based off of the research and information that we could find, of course, on the racetrack. Again, compliments to Miss Devious for all the amazing work she puts in to these amazing tracks. So let's take a quick walk around Trial Mountain and then let's go racing. Down on the bottom right hand center side of the screen is a little blue dot and a white arrow in that dot. That is our start finish line. We're going to be moving towards the right here today, ladies and gentlemen. That takes us into turns 1, 2, and 3. Super high speed sector. Looks like you need to brake here. You don't. You just got to get the line right. That's the Lupine S's. You get through there and you survive. That takes us up into turn 4 on the right hand side of the track map here now. And that's the Tahoe Pass. That's the first tunnel here at Trial Mountain Circuit. That takes us out of the tunnel down a little straightaway into a very hard right hand corner called Sonora Turn 5. That takes us into a set of little corner that we call Hollow Tree, and then Cyrus. And there's a little drone there you'll see from time to time here tonight with little green and red lights. You'll catch that maybe as you're watching the race. There's a little drone there that flies around. That takes us into the second tunnel here at Trial Mountain Circuit, and then that takes us into the mudslide curve. Really fun corner this corner is. And then that takes you into the longest straightaway on the racetrack here, the Black Bear Pass, and just a super long run. You're going to wind these cars right out, and then you're going to come into a sweeping left-hander called Twin Redwoods. And then the second drone on the left-hand side of the track map now is the Auburn Curves, followed up by the Whitney Corner, and then that's right, Nessie's Cove, ladies and gentlemen, that big body of water we see outside of turn 13, or the red 7 on your screen, whichever you prefer. And then that takes us down into turns 14 and 15, the chicane, and then penalty marker. If there's a penalty, that's where the drivers will serve the penalty right at the end of the chicane, where your yellow 2 arrows is, and back down to the start finish line. So quick little walkthrough around Trial Mountain. Are we ready? I think we're ready. Let's go. Want to change the course? No, we don't want to change the course, gentlemen. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we got 12 drivers checked in. They are a spicy group, let me tell you. Let's go, Nolander, says Corey. Nolander has some fans in the house tonight. We love that. He is live on his page, I believe, too, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see it from his point of view. So, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are we ready for a race here tonight? Kick them tires, light them fires. Let's go racing, folks. That's it. It's on. We're going to get that off, and we're doing this without the names on the screen tonight, chat. You ready? It's Apex Racing's Jakey on pole position. We got 5 reds, and we're green, and we're racing, and here we go. So now we got to watch it. This is a very dangerous corner here in Gran Turismo, as all of them are just ramping up. We've got Payme looking up the inside of Jakey here. LJ's going to tuck in behind Jakey, and Payme's going to have the inside, and it's going to be 2x2 through the Lupine S's. Oh, boy. Ooh, Knutson gets it a little bit squirrely there, and this is the spot you don't want to get it wrong when the whole pack is chasing, and boy, it looks like everybody makes it. G-Bump picking up 2 quick spots there, so Payme in the lead very early on. He gets ahead of the pole sitter. LJ is now just ahead of Jakey, but Jakey's got the inside line coming into the next corner here. Ooh, great stuff by these drivers. Lots of respect being shown from the drivers here right now on the racetrack, and we're starting to sort it out single file. ATK Streeter Tom here in 4th place. We've got Larry in 5th. Who's hitting there? Knutson right there in behind him in 6th place, with CRF just in behind in 7th. There's some great racing here right now, ladies and gentlemen. 8th place driver is Tattooed Freak, so right where he's qualified. And everybody just sitting there nice and tidy here, I think, so far. We got Badass sitting right in behind him there in 9th place, and he has G-Bump all up in his business in that Z4. And there we go, side-by-side battle just up ahead, and let's get up there if we can. There we go. It's going to be Knutson and Larry Birch going in... Ooh, through Twin Redwoods there, and look at that beautiful sight, and they're still side by side, and it's going to be Larry Birch getting a position on Knutson. That was a great pass right there from Apex Racing's Larry Birch, ladies and gentlemen, and he's going to get the job done. So 5th place for Larry Birch here, so we're just keeping an eye on the whole field here. We're just trying to keep everything, making sure everything's nice and tidy. Knutson here under fire right now from CRF here as well as the package. Ooh, and Knudsen making another mistake right there. Boy, Knudsen definitely feeling the pressure right now from CRF. So let's get back up and let's go take a quick look at that pass from Larry Birch on Knudsen here, ladies and gentlemen. As we're heading up into Twin Redwoods, you see him tuck up into the inside. He's got the line, he's got the little bit of position up ahead there. He almost gains enough to get ahead of ATK Streeter Tom there. Almost got a twofer there. So great stuff there by Apex Racing's Larry Birch. Let's keep it going. Let's see what we're missing here. We got Paymay getting off to an early lead. LJ now up into second place. So LJ's gotten around Apex Racing's Jakey here. Can we see when that happened? You know, it happened before the straightaway. Alright, so LJ in second place. We've got Jakey here in third. We've got Streeter Tom in fourth and Larry Birch right there in fifth. So first through fifth place, very close together here, basically nose to tail. Just in behind is Knudsen with CRF and Tattooed Freak right there as well. Why did it do that? It brought up the information, chat. Did you see that? Interesting, isn't it? Alright, I'm down. So I guess it's Paymay. We're locked in. We have to have the information up on the screen. I tried. LJ here in second place. We got Jakey in third. We've got Streeter Tom battling with Larry Birch here in fifth place. And Larry's going to go deep into the corner here. Super late on the brakes. He's going to hold that position. Oh, that was a big move there by Larry Birch, and Larry Birch is hungry today, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to move himself very quickly up into fourth place, and now he's starting to put the heat on Jake in front here. So right now it is an Apex train as we're coming around the racetrack. Ignore the fuel thing. That's just something new with the game here, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing we can do about that. The drivers have plenty of fuel on their cars. They're all in full tanks. We got CRF here in seventh place. Badass and Freak in 8th and 9th. We got Miss Devious here in behind just in 10th place. We got G-Pub down into 11th. And we've got Nolander down here into 12th place. So it looks like all the guys and gals on track have started on the same compounded tire. So no driver has an advantage in that sense currently on the racetrack. So that's something interesting. I can't tell you guys and gals that much out there. I actually think it's better to watch a stream with the names and positions column on the left. Appreciate you. Be careful for Larry Birch. He's a habit of getting all up in the drivers. Let's go take a look at that one more time. Speaking of Larry Birch. No, it's not going to show it. We missed it. It's too late. We took too much time. Alright, so Jakey here in second place. Oh, and there we go. We got a battle here. It's Larry and Streeter Tom battling it out here for fourth and fifth place again. And we're not on the right driver here. So right now it's going to be Streeter Tom going to edge him out here as he tucks ahead back up into fourth place. So a healthy battle here between these two. We definitely got to go back and see what happened there because we definitely missed the whole thing. So Streeter Tom setting them up coming out of the Tahoe Pass into Sonora here. Oh, and Larry Birch just getting enough room to get in front of him there. And then the battle's on. Gives Tom the inside position here. And he gets the job done coming into, I can't remember the corner name offhand here. I know what the heck goes right. And then into the mudslide curve. So great pass there by ATK Streeter Tom. And still holding down fourth place. And Larry Birch putting all kinds of pressure on Streeter Tom here currently. We got Knudsen here in 6th. We've got CRF in 7th. We've got Freak in 8th. Badass still in 9th. We got G-Bub up at the 10th here now. So swapping positions with Miss Devious. Miss Devious under fire from Nolander here. So all 12 drivers still kicking it here around the racetrack very early on. As you can see, we're only 5.5 minutes in here so far tonight, ladies and gentlemen. As we're coming in through the chicane, it's Paymay in the lead. We have standings. We have lots of stuff we can bring up for everybody here, so we'll get everything up for you guys here and gals, of course, when it's convenient and we're not missing all the great action on the racetrack. Jakey coming around in second there. We got LJ coming through in third. Side by side is Larry Birch and Streeter Tom. Come on, camera guy. Yeah, with the program here, Larry Birch is going to get the job done coming into the Lupine S's there. So Larry Birch moving back up into fourth place, and here we go again, just swapping positions here are Larry Birch and Streeter Tom right now. So a feisty little battle happening between these two. But what that's doing is allowing Knudsen now to close in on these guys as well. So on board here with Knudsen And as these two continue to battle, he is just closing up the gap. Ooh, a little close to that wall right there. He almost got it wrong. He had to slow that car up. So it could cost him about a tenth there, but you can see he is just right there in this thing, in this fight with these drivers up in front of him. Take a look in behind. He's got a little bit of pressure in behind with CRF as well. About a 1 second cushion just on the edge of that slipstream. CRF may start to pull in here by the end of the straightaway. Right, let's keep rocking, let's keep rolling. We got CRF here in 7th, we've got Freak up in 8th. He's starting to build a little bit of a gap on Badass here in 9th. Miss Devious here now in 10th place. And a nice healthy battle right here for 10th, 11th, and 12th place. And it looks like we just missed a good little move there. So we're going to stick with this coming through this corner here real quick. And then we're going to go take a look at Nolander. He's going to get the job done there on G-Bub as well coming into the corner. So Nolander's going to grab up into P11. G-Bub going to go drop down into P12. So let's go check out how all that went down. Oh, we don't get to see the pass from Miss D here. G-Bub goes out wide to break the slipstream. Nolander tucks in behind Miss Devious there, and the two cars together are better than the one. So that actually allows both those drivers to pull up ahead of G-Bub there, and G-Bub losing 2 positions in the mix. So great stuff here so far. Paymay and Jakey starting to close in about 9/10 of a second, just a little under a second separating the two here, as it was a little bit more last time around. So great shot as all those drivers are coming down the back straight here and heading into the Lupine S's are our first and second place driver Apex, Paymay, and Jakey. Followed in behind is Larry Birch, who's now up into P3, so he's found his way around LJ here, and Larry Birch is getting some tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, he is feisty on that racetrack, and he is now sitting in podium position. We got Knudsen here in 5th place. We've got CRF closing in 6th place. So Knudsen maybe making a little mistake there again. We've seen him get sideways a little bit a couple times here so far on the track, just trying to get on that power. So that is one of the changes that drivers are struggling with the most right now since the physics update, is getting back on the power coming out of corners. It's a little bit of a learning curve here again in the game, which is spicing up the series for sure. We got Badass here in 8th place. So Streeter Tom, oh, what has happened to Streeter Tom here? He has gone from P4 or 5 down into P9, and it's definitely going to be too late to get any kind of replay on that, unfortunately. So a little bit of a mistake there for Streeter Tom, and he is in trouble there, as he's got Miss Devious, Nolander, and G-Bub in behind chasing as well. And I can confirm there is a little bit of damage on that race car of ATK Streeter Tom as well. So alright, we're just trying to get these track names logged in here while we're broadcasting. Joe coming in with that thumbs up as well. My guy, how we doing? I agree with Egon, one thing I love to see. We got you. We were trying something different, but I appreciate that feedback, so we'll just leave it the way it is. We got no issues with that. Paymay here in 1st place. We got Jakey here in 2nd. We got Larry in 3rd, 1st and 2nd and 3rd place, separated by less than 2 seconds here currently, and LJ's just outside of this barely. In 4th place, Knudsen chasing in 5th. We've got CRF in 6th. This is a close race here so far. All these drivers relatively close to each other in pace right now. Freak here in 7th with Badass still very close behind in 8th. That's Streeter Tom. He's starting to gain in on these guys a little bit in 9th. Sorry, Miss Devious here in 10th. We got G-Bub coming into pit lane there. Nolander here in 11th, and a little bit of damage on that car there for G-Bub, so he is going to maybe opt with a different pit strategy, or he's just repairing that damage. But unfortunate race there so far for G-Bub. We got Apex Jakey here in 2nd place, and that gap is only half a second, so it's half a second from him to the leader and half a second from him to 3rd place driver Larry Birch right in behind there. So let's jump on our hood cam here. I keep forgetting I have my keyboard here. You can see Larry Birch is in that slip, so he's just going to tuck right in behind Jakey here. What's he going to do? He's going to go up to the left side, so a drag race now, and he has the run. So it's slingshot engaged here for Larry Birch, and he's going to move it up into 2nd place, and now he's going to put some pressure in on the leader Paymay here. So Jakey going to give up that position there currently right now on the racetrack. He's going to settle into P3 here, and Larry Birch is going to continuing on down the road here. So great stuff there from Apex Racing's Larry Birch right now, and that boy is not messing around. He kicked them tires and light them fires seriously tonight here, ladies and gentlemen. Knudsen in 5th place, but using a controller. CRF here in 6th. We've got Freak in 7th. We've got Badass in 8th here as well. Let's let our camera crew take back over here. Miss Devious here up into P9 now, so No Liners up into 10th, of course, with, ooh, Tom now down into 11th here, so, oh boy. It's just unraveling here for a couple of our drivers here at Trial Mountain. It is very, very, as you can see, it's getting very dark outside on the racetrack, so that's going to cool the track down. And the cooler the track keeps getting, slipperier these tires are going to keep getting. So tire strategy is going to be key here. You definitely want to keep these tires as warm as possible. But you got to do it without sliding the race car around. You slide the race car around, you're overheating your tires, and it's actually going to create an even slipperier driving effect. So far, these pro drivers absolutely handling it well here, but Peme is just cruising. He's on the defense right now. Larry Birch is on him here. I mean, Larry Birch has just been climbing through the field here progressively as the race has been going on. We're on lap 7 here now. And Larry is putting some pressure on the leader there, but Jakey is just like, hey, hold on, whoa, don't think for a second you're gonna get away from me here, right? Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. So here we go. We're gonna jump on with Larry Birch here and see if he can grab Payme in the slipstream here as they come up the Black Bear Pass into Twin Redwoods. So here we go, coming in Twin Redwoods, a long left-hand sweeper at the end of the super long straightaway, and Payme is going to hold the position here so far as we're coming into the corner, but Larry's taking a little peek, and it's going to be side-by-side as we come up into the Auburn S's, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, oh boy, we got to fight. Uphill we go, and it's going to be side-by-side as we go into Whitney's corner. It's going to be Larry Birch having to settle back in behind Payme. He's trying to get on that power early to see if he can try and get a move done here in Nessie's Cove. No. Great stuff there, great defending, and no, he's going to lose it there, and that is absolutely unfortunate. He got a little early on the power, and boy, he's got to get that race car turned around. So he's going to lose some positions here as Larry Birch right now. Not the result he was looking for there as he came around the corner. He's going to come back into the P6, and he's going to be like, yeah, we're just going to go into pit lane here. So Miss Devious here in 7th place. We got Nolander in 8th. We've got Freak in 9th. We've got Badass in 10th. G-Bub here in 11th, and Streeter Tom here in 12th. Now, these drivers do have a couple things going for them here currently. They have clean air, so that's a big thing. They can just really put their head down, put their foots into it, run their laps, not have to worry about any pressure or any dirty air factors in front of them. Great race, y'all. How you doing, Paul? Hope you're doing great tonight, my guy. And so that could maybe benefit here. We'll have to see. It's pretty early here to try and maybe stretch this thing all the way out, but you never really know. Alright, let's see what we see here so far. Got LJ. We're starting to see the pack spread just a tiny little bit here. So we got a little bit of separation. 1.3, 2.6, 4, 1.7 from Nuts in the CRF. He's in 5th now. Miss Devious is up into 6th. Nolander's up into 7th. Badass is in 8th. We got Larry. He came out in 9th. G-Bub's right there in 10th. He's about, ooh, looks like less than 10 seconds in behind now. We got Freak in pit lane here now as well. And Streeter Tom's going to come out just in behind Freak there. So, very interesting. Now, something I have noticed so far, watching other content creators, watching other races, driving myself, slipstream will gain you, and bump drafting will gain you about 4 or 5 miles per hour if you can work together really, really well. Now, this track's a little tough to do that on. Obviously, it's a fairly technical racetrack, but there are certain areas of this racetrack where that 4 or 5 mile per hour could gain 3, 4, 5 tenths of a second on a solo driver up in front of you. So a little bit of teamwork early in the mid part of this race here could really maybe benefit some of the drivers trying. Ooh, chase the pack there. Payme got a little bit sideways coming out of the chicane there. Jakey in 2nd, LJ still in 3rd. We got Nutson now up into 4th place here. And having a pretty good solid start to his race here as well. We got CRF, he's just 1.4 seconds in behind. And then a little bit of a gap here between the top half and the back half of the pack. We got Miss Devious about 12 seconds in behind. Nolander's about 6 seconds in behind there. There's 11 seconds separating him and Badass. We've got Larry and Badass about 9 seconds separating them. 9 seconds to 8 seconds sorry to G-Bub, and then 5 seconds to Tattooed, and Streeter Tom right on the back door there. So let's just jump on with our defending champion here is just trying to chase down Payme right now. let's go check out where our standings sit after 3 rounds of racing. So this is our standings here after 3 official rounds of racing here in DMJ Room North America. Ladies and gentlemen, again, special shout outs to LWR Design, WPR Hot Laps, DDR Racing, High Pre Graphics for the overlays. I'm your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming, and just a little notable mention for the Fanatec and GT Omega out there. Love them guys. So Apex Racing's LJ in the lead with 89 points. Jakey very close behind in second with 86 points. Pebe in third with 75 points. Smiley in fourth, not on the grid tonight, with 64 points. Lucas in fifth, not on the grid tonight, with 58 points. That is tied with CRF there, so he'll grab that spot from Lucas for sure here tonight. With 58 points, Streeter Tom just in behind with 48 points, and tied with TCR's a Badass as well with 48 points. Misdevious just in behind with 42. Larry Birch with 38 points. Tattooed Freak with 36. We got G-Bub with 32 points. We've got Nutson with 24 points. Nolander with 20. And Thunder T, who had his first race last week, with 6 and unable to make it here this week. Interconnection just wasn't cooperating with him again, traveling for work, so he's trying to catch these races well on his daily routine. So just unfortunately for him today, it just didn't work out, but we'll have to try again next week for Thunder. So we need to leave with GT45 Racing. We can program chat GTT to us. Hey, I like racing. I know I miss racing with the community. Trust me, I do. We got Paymay here in the lead. We've got Jakey in second place, but I don't miss it when it's DMJ time. DMJ time's a special time for this broadcaster. We love DMJ here. So this isn't a job. This is just good old wholesome fun right here. We got Knudsen in fourth place. We've got CRF here in fifth. We've got Misdevious in sixth now. Nolander up into seventh, and a little bit of damage he's carrying on that car. So Badass here in eighth, a little bit of damage on his car. Got Larry Birch starting to close in on them a little bit. G-Bub starting to lose some ground to the drivers in behind, but not really losing Larry Birch at all. I think he's gained a little bit of time there. Tattooed Freak definitely gained time, and again Tom right there in behind. So maybe a little bit of teamwork coming from these two drivers right now, as Tom has been tucked in behind for about a lap and a half here currently right now. Not really there's a lot of time in the race left yet, so this might be a smart racing decision here from Tom and Freak, but we'll have to see. Yeah, Tom had an opportunity there definitely to take it up the inside, and he actually might take it up the inside here, and it's going to be a move done by Tom here, so he's going to move it up into 11th place here. Freak's going to slot in behind in 12th, so I stand corrected. Tom's seeing a good opportunity there, and he definitely jumped on it. So Paymay coming through the chicane here, and Jakey very close to toe still. 1.2 seconds is that gap between our race leader and the second place driver, Jakey. Moving through the field here, let's get to LJ here. He's in third place. Not too much happening there. I just seen these two cars gathered up together here, so I figured I better get on this and see what's going on. We got a little battle happening here between Nolander and Badass right now, so let's sit on board with these two as they battle it out here. We're just coming out of Whitney Curve into Nessie's Cove here, and it's going to be Nolander holding off Badass here so far. So a good job so far defending here for Nolander, but Badass is definitely there. He is definitely applying some pressure, so we'll have to see if Badass can get the job done. As we come through the chicane, can Badass get a little bit of a better run here maybe than Nolander? He tried to set him up out of the corner. Nolander gets a great exit there out of the chicane, and Badass is just going to have to tuck in behind and wait for another opportunity here. So a great little battle there between Nolander and Badass for 7th and 8th place, but right now Nolander's still holding pretty strong there in 7th position. Larry Birch chasing here in 9th. He is closing in on those guys. G-Bub still maintaining that gap. Streeter Tom closing in on G-Bub here, and Tattooed Freak's just a little bit off in behind these drivers here. So ooh, did Tom have a little bit of a moment there? It looked like he had a little slide there in that car coming around the final part of Lupine S is coming into Tahoe Pass there. So as we're coming through to Sonora, G-Bub in 10th place. He's got Tom chasing, and Tattoo Freak just off in the distance, not that far away at all. So you can't make a mistake here. You got to keep it lean, mean, and clean as they're coming in through the mudslide curve here right now. And ooh, Tom's going to get a run here, it looks like. Oh, G-Bub might hit that wall. Oh boy, a little bit of contact there between the two drivers. I think G-Bub caught the wall there, and it caught up Tom a little bit. So G-Bub there, very fortunate that it spin his car around. Freak's actually going to grab that position there on Tom, as Tom lost a little bit of mile per hour there, having to check up. So G-Bub, very fortunate again not to spin there. And Tom just on a good run, just getting involved with that a little bit. And he has to settle back in and re-engage in the fight there another time. So LJ here in third place. We got Knudsen in fourth. CRF is still right there in fifth. So maybe a little bit of mind games happen from some of these drivers here. They're just chilling. They're just taking it easy. We got Miss Devious, and she has just got miles of gap in between both sides right here right now in sixth place. Badass here in eighth, and he's still chasing Nolander well, but Nolander got it wrong, and it's going to be Badass getting the job done. So it's now Badass up into P7, and we got to go see that again, folks. Oh, just a little bit too early on the power there, coming out of the first part of the chicane, and just getting that car around. Very fortunate to keep it out of the wall there, but unfortunate there for Nolander, as that gives up a position to Badass there. And now he's got Larry Birch starting to hunt him down here in ninth place as well. 3 seconds is that gap, so, and closing, as we can see on the screen there in front of us. G-Bub in 10th place. He's done a pretty good job here at holding these two guys off so far. Freak's going to take a look up the inside here, and we're side by side. Not quite G. Oh yeah, there it is. Freak is going to get a nice line, nice run through there, but that's going to give G-Bub the inside line coming into Sonora here. So not the optimal line coming into Sonora, but can it? Oh, Freak's going to get the job done on the outside. That was a great pass right there by Tattooed Freak, and Tom is going to absolutely jump on that, and he's going to follow Freak through. So G-Bub losing 2 positions there on a great battle there between him and Tattooed Freak and ATK Streeter Tom right there. So great job there so far by all our drivers on track tonight. Whew. Lots of action. Oh, and a track limit penalty. So we got Pebe in pits, we got Jakey in pits, we got LJ in the pits, we got Knudsen in the pits, we got CRF in the pits. Our top 5 drivers have hit pit lane. Whew. Talk about similar strategies. Maybe a little bit of a case of follow the leader. I'm going to do what the leader does, so we don't lose any time. Maybe we can gate the pit lane. And I'm looking at the fuel here, and oh boy, I see an advantage to one driver right now, let me tell you. So let's see where Miss Devious comes out in comparison to the drivers in pit lane, and it is Jakey coming out of pit lane in the lead, so he is going to leapfrog Payme in pit lane. And you guys saw what I saw on the screen. Jakey had 25% fuel left in that race car, compared to 19% that Payme had in his. So huge difference right there. 3 seconds is that difference, plus the time that he was in behind Payme. So about a 4-second gain just in the fuel difference right there. Miss Devious is up into 3rd place here. She got it in the middle of all this, so we got some drivers on some fresher tires and a driver on old tires. So let's see how long Miss Devious is going to try and go for the overcut here. There's LJ here in 4th place chasing. Ooh, there we go. We got CRF and Knudsen here. So CRF leapfrogs Knudsen in pit lane, and he gets out just ahead of Knudsen here. Ooh, and Knudsen's a little bit spicy on those cold tires there as he's trying to get down on the power, not to lose any position on CRF here as we come into Black Pear Pass. And boy, oh boy, are these two drivers pushing. This is some great racing right here by our pro division, is it not, ladies and gentlemen? I hope we're all excited at home like I am here. This is some great stuff tonight. Let's go away, boys. Apex up top, baby, says Chris. Hey, I was wondering when the Apex boys are going to come and show up. There we go. Larry Birch here in 7th, 15 seconds on the rest of these drivers in behind. So going to be interesting to see. A couple of them still have to stop though, so we'll see how that all plays out. We got Tom in 8th, Badass and a Tattooed Freak here in 9th and 10th place, both closing up together here again. No Liners just in behind, 6 seconds off with the G-Bub just in behind here. And these two have been having some good battles here over the last couple of weeks, G-Bub and No Liners. So I suspect we're going to see much of the same thing between these two again here tonight. We got Jakey in the lead, though he got a great leapfrog in pit lane to get ahead of Payme here, and that could be a big-time decision maker or race factor here in this race tonight. Payme in 2nd place, 2.2 seconds. He's definitely cutting into that lead, however, in behind Jake. We got LJ's now up into 3rd place. Miss Devious making her pit stop here on that overcut. CRF's going to be up into 4th with Knudsen very close behind here in 5th place. And, I mean, what can we say? Knudsen is just right on him. He's just right now playing nice, maybe biding his time. There's still a little over 14 minutes remaining in this race, so it's not necessarily the time to hard battle right now. maybe hoping that CRF just makes a little bit of a mistake and that gives Knudsen an inside line somewhere. So just being a little bit patient right now as Knudsen here as he's in behind CRF. So healthy little battle here between these two. You can see he's got nothing but clean air in behind him here, so he really can't focus on this battle in front of him here with CRF currently right now on the racetrack. So great stuff here by these drivers. Streeter Tom, he's in no man's land at the moment. He's got 17-second gap on Knudsen ahead, and about 5 seconds on Apex Racing's Larry Birch here in 7th place. Larry's in no man's land in a sense right now too. He's just kind of running his own race at the moment. He has nothing immediately to worry about in behind him. He can try and reel that driver out at the other end of Black Bear Pass. Miss Devious just coming into Black Bear Pass, where we just seen Larry come in. He's about halfway down there now, and she's about the same distance behind him. What was that, 5.7 seconds? And then there's a 13-second gap on Badass in 9th place. We've got Freak here rounding out our top 10, and Nolander chasing 3.5 seconds, but Nolander has a G-Bub all up in his business here, so let's stick with this here for a minute. And there we go, G-Bub's going to take a run here up the inside. Side by side are these BMWs, the M6 versus the Z4. Nolander's going to tuck back into that slipstream, and here we go. Battle on as we head into Twin Redwoods. Nice lines taken by both those drivers. Nolander taking a much wider exit. You can see that gave him a good gain on G-Bub up in front there. The Z4 is a little bit probably cleaner in the twisty bits here, but that M6 definitely has the power. So Nolander maybe just waiting for the next straight line run here to try and get around G-Bub, but G-Bub did a great job there to make the move on Nolander. We got Mr. Larry in pit lane here, and picking up some damage there, it looks like. Streeter Tom, he's coming in for a pit stop here as well. So it is Jake in the lead of this race, and 1.8 seconds is that gap to Paymay. Paymay slowly but surely closing up that gap. A 10th here, a 10th there, a 10th here, a 10th there, and the number keeps dropping. So Paymay definitely applying some pressure here on our two-time champion, and currently sitting 3rd overall in the championship standings. So Jake needs to win here tonight. Paymay looking to stump that win from the defending champion. LJ here currently leading the championship standing points. Definitely knows that he needs to try and get another position or two here, but lots of season left. And right now looking like an Apex podium here again. We've got Knudsen sitting in 4th place. We got CRF in 5th, and Knudsen has made his way around CRF here, so that patience paying off for Knudsen there and finding the perfect opportunity to make a pass. And it doesn't look like it costs these drivers too much time either, which we just missed it obviously, which is unfortunate. Misdevious here in 6th. Nothing too happening right there. That puts Badass up into 7th with a couple pit stops there. Tom's going to come out just ahead of Larry, and a 3-second track limit penalty. That's going to be a pit lane infraction handed out by our race officials here on track tonight. So that one's going to hurt Streeter Tom when he comes out of the chicane there on that straightaway, and that's going to lose at least one position to Larry Birch here for sure. Potentially Tattooed Freak, as he's quite close in on this group as well. It may even cost him on G-Bub and Nolander here, so that penalty could be very costly there for ATK Streeter Tom. But it is Apex Racing's Jakey here leading the charge as we're coming down through the long tunnel here in Black Bear Pass. Hey, what's up, Corey? I'm not doing it. You guys are mean. Quit picking on poor Corey. THG Corey, don't you know? Alright, I'm kidding. Apex Jakey here as he's coming up in through the Auburnesses into Whitney's Curve, I believe it is. Whitney's Corner. And then into Nessie's Cove. Just on the right hand side, there's a big body of water there. Might be able to catch a little glimpse of Nessie if you're just patient enough, ladies and gentlemen. So coming into the chicane here, about mid rumble strip here on the brakes there, down into 1st gear for rotation, back up into 2nd for stability, up into 3rd on exit to make sure you can get the power down nice and early, and try and get a good clean run up the start finish line. So let's do an onboard lap with our race leader, Apex Racing's Jakey here, as we head around Trial Mountain. We're on lap 17. We have just a little under 10 minutes remaining. Heading into the Lupine S's here. It's a 3-corner sector, very high-speed sector here. You're not braking, you're just kind of throttle controlling through. That heads us into Tahoe Pass, the first tunnel here in Trial Mountain. You want to tuck this in nice and tight and then float it out a little bit wide, not too wide, but a little bit wide. That takes us into the next corner, Sonoma. From there, that takes us up into, I can never remember this one offhand, Hollow Tree, and then Cyrus. So this is Cyrus Corner. That takes us into our second tunnel and down through Mudslide Curve, which leads us, of course, into that ever so famous long Trial Mountain tunnel here, Black Bear Pass. Now this is a long run. Now, this is easily a kilometer stretch, I would think. I mean, estimated, we don't know for sure. It's just an approximation, a guess, so to speak. But definitely a very long stretch. That takes us into Twin Redwoods, and it's one really long sweeping corner. And that takes us up into the Auburn S's, and just heading up in through here, nice and simple, down into the Whitney corner. And it's just all about rhythm through these technical sectors here at Trial Mountain. Then we got to just get as much of that curve as we can, back up into third gear for the power, out of Nessie's Cove, and back down through this little straightaway into the chicane. We'll let the camera crews take over, and you can see Peme is closing up here. So he's closed up the gap right down into half a second here. So it is 100% battle on for the lead of this race now. And we know Peme is not going to just let that drive away. Cody Bass, let's go Tom. Hey, coming in with that like too on the stream. We appreciate you, my guy. So there we go, 0.4 of a second separating these two. Peme just stealing the fastest lap on the racetrack with a 49.750 as well. Boy from Bama is cooking. LJ here in third place, 10 seconds off these guys here, and just hoping that maybe they make a mistake and he can capitalize, or just make sure he doesn't make a mistake so CRF and Knudsen can capitalize. CRF now back up into fourth place here. And good little battle between these two here right now, between him and Knudsen. So having some fun on the racetrack with those two. Miss Devious up into 6th place, Badass in 7th. We've got Larry there in 8th place. We've got Tattooed in 9th. G-Bub's up into 10th. We've got Nolander here in 11th, and he is still tucked right up in behind G-Bub right there. And Streeter Tom here in 12th place, 2 seconds down the road. So Tom having a rough day here today. Again on the racetrack, but right now we're definitely keeping an eye on these two here, as there is going to be a potential battle for this race lead. We got 6.5 minutes remaining. These drivers are turning minute 50 laps. We're going to see 3.5 laps. So yeah, 3 more to go, I'm going to say, when these guys pass the start finish line here. We're just coming through Whitney Corner there, and you can see the lake there off of the distance of that shot there. So that's why we call it Nessie's Cove. Might be an Easter egg over there, ladies and gentlemen. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And now the chicane. Peme really made up a lot of time in the chicane here last time around, and you can see he is on the rear bumper of Jakey's car here right now, and these Beamers are absolutely pushing to see who's going to win this race here today. Peme would love this win. Jakey doing everything he can to slot in 2 in a row here and try to get command of that championship points lead, but I think Peme's got other ideas. I think Peme maybe wants a piece of that points lead, and oh, the championship leader, or the championship defending champion with the half-second track, a limit penalty. Peme with no penalty. Oh boy, that changes everything. Jakey needs a gap here, and it's still going to be all for nothing. He's going to give the lead up to Peme at the end of this lap here, and we're going to have to go check that out when that gets to that point. Let's just make sure we're not going to miss anything too healthy happening here in the back half of our field today. Ooh, we got a healthy battle here for 10th, 11th, and 12th place right now between G-Bub, Nolander, and Tom as well. So, ooh, spicy. Let's get to the spice. Alright, so just trying to figure out where everybody is on the track in relation here at the moment. We got Peme making a move on Jakey there, so Peme trying to get around before the penalty serving zone. Let's get back to that. I'm just going to ignore a battle for the lead here. There we go. Little replay action for everybody as Peme goes up the inside, coming into Twin Redwoods at the end of the Black Bear Pass. Black Bear Trail, sorry, I think it is. And there we go. Whoop. Replay over. Payme now in the lead of this race. Jakey still has to serve that penalty as well, so Payme just put himself in a great position there to potentially win this race with a very easy little breathing space going into 2 laps to go. I don't know where the Sasquatch is. I don't know. Knudsen here in 5th place. Miss Devious in 6th. Badass here in 7th. And boy, oh boy, look who's closing in here. Larry Birch. Half a second in behind Badass here. So we've got some battles brewing between these drivers here on the racetrack as, again, this race closes down. This happens every single week here. G-Bub, Nolander absolutely fighting out. Nolander giving G-Bub a little bit of a bump there, so maybe a little strategy coming here. Maybe they're going to try and catch Freak up. They might be running out of time here, though. See what happens. Nolander's going to dip into some clean air here. Oh, he's going to get the inside track. G-Bub runs out wide there. Is he going to make the move here? He has the run. And we're going to go side by side into the Auburn S's, so here we go. The battle's on. Ooh, and G-Bub's just going to get the position as he just slots up ahead of Nolander coming into Whitney Curve here. Boy, oh boy, we got a fight on our hands. And Streeter Tom's just in behind there watching it all go down. 3 minutes remaining in this race, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to leave this battle quite yet. I'm keeping my eye on the track to make sure we're not missing anything. Jakey looking like he's about a second behind Payme here currently with that penalty serve. So G-Bub on the defense there. He is more than aware that there is 2 M6s all up in his case here right now in that review mirror. So, ooh, and Nolander got it wrong. He's got it a little early on the throttle there. And Nolander's going to slot into 12th place there. And, heartbreaker there for Nolander. It's a great battle these drivers were having there. And again, the same corner, just casting them out. And just a little early on that throttle there, and you can see Tom just narrowly escaping the rear end of that BMW as it went around there. So great job by Tom, but unfortunate there for Nolander. Let's get back up front and see what's happening here. We got Payme and Jake coming around to start finish line here, and they might get one more lap yet. LJ coming through here. We got CRF and Knudsen, and this has been a healthy battle all the final final half of the race long here as far as that goes. So kudos to these two. They have been absolutely close to each other all race long and having a good, healthy, like friendly battle back here for 4th and 5th place. And I don't think this is quite settled yet. I think Knudsen is just waiting here to try and get in and get a run. We got Miss Devious here in 6th place. He's got Larry, who's now made his way around Badass here. Let's see if we can catch a look at that. It was done before that point in time, so unfortunate there, but Badass dropping down into P8. We got Freak here in 9th place, and he's got a good gap there, so he's in a comfortable spot from G-Bub. G-Bub's got a little bit of breathing room here now from Streeter Tom here chasing in 11th, and Nolander just getting it wrong out of the chicane there. Ended up getting that car sideways out of the final corner, losing a position there. Who turned out the lights, loving this track at night? Absolutely go Jake. Hey, go Jakey, says Clarissa. What's up, Clarissa? How are you doing? Alright, so here we go, battle on. Jakey has reeled Payme back in. Oh boy, this is good, chat. Are you ready? Battle for the lead, battle for the win. Jakey versus Payme. Gloves are off. Just a couple corners left to go. These guys are going to get another lap around, so fuel may be coming into play here too as well, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to get interesting. It is going to get interesting. They're getting across that start-finish line before that timer runs out. So Payme and Jakey are going to take this thing around one more time. It's Payme, Jakey across the line. Oh boy, chat. Oh boy, chat. Let's set it up. We got LJ coming around. Is LJ going to squeeze it? He is. LJ is going to get one more time around here too. And this could be beneficial here for LJ as well, because the other two drivers up in front of him here, definitely worse for wear on fuel. It's going to be CRF coming to the line. It's going to be a 4th place finish for CRF, and it's going to be a 5th place finish for Knudsen here today. It's going to be Miss Devious coming around here, and it's going to be a P6 for Miss Devious. It's Cody B coming in. What is up, my guy? Let's go. All right, I just got to see where our race leaders are here. Alright, so it is going to be a 6th place finish here for Miss Devious. A little penalty serve right before she comes across the line here. So great race here for Miss Devious. A nice solid 6th place finish here for her. I'm sure she'll be quite happy about that. Larry Birch is going to bring that thing home here in 7th place. It's going to be Badass here in 8th. That's going to leave Freak here in 9th place as well. Great job by Tattooed Freak here for a nice top 10 finish for himself here tonight. That's going to leave G-Bub coming around here in 10th. That's going to leave Tom in 11th, and he had a run. And I believe our leaders are ahead here, so we're going to get back to our top 3 here, and boy, oh boy, this is heating up here. It's Apex Jakey in the lead now. Oh, so Jakey's got around Paymay here. Must have been at the end of the Black Bear Pass, and he is on full defense mode. It is down to the wire. Here we go. It's a battle for the lead. It's going to be Jakey. It's going to be Paymay. Who's going to get it done? Paymay doesn't get the run that he wants here. Is he going to get a chance for a move? He's in that slip. Can he get enough? No, it's going to be Apex Racing's Jakey for the race win here. 2 in a row, and it's going to be Paymay very close behind in 2nd place. And oh boy, I think we missed one there, ladies and gentlemen, and I apologize for that. We've got Apex's Racing's LJ. He's going to come home and bring it around for the last driver to cross here in 3rd place. I think we got Nolander still? Yeah. All right. Wow. That's all right, because we will definitely have what happened there on the highlight reel for next week's races as well. So I do apologize for missing that, but it's Jakey coming back around, and he's going to take the race win from Apex Paymay. And boy, oh boy, what a show. What a show. Hey, let's go Jakey for the win. GG, says Cody B. We got Aaron coming in with that thumbs up. What's good, my guy? Got the Cody B raid up in the house. Appreciate it. Welcome, OGs. How we all doing? Oof, that was some racing right there, chat. Let me tell you what. All right, so let's get some results here. It is unofficially, ladies and gentlemen. The reason we say unofficially is because the drivers will now have 24 hours to file any incident reports if they feel like there was an incident on the track that may have cost them time or a position or any of that type of thing. The stewarding staff will then assess that penalty, assess the situation, assess any penalties if necessary, and of course make those decisions. If there's any penalties handed out, the drivers do have the right to an appeal with corroborating evidence. That happens within 24 hours of the steward's decision. And then from there, points get released. So, let's go, boy. Jake Batty, GG, sir. I mean, what else can we say? GG's. But it is Apex Jakey at the win here with Paymay in 2nd place. Now, Paymay's going to take fastest lap here point again tonight. And I believe Paymay has taken all 4 fastest lap points here so far this season. LJ in 3rd place. We got CRF with a very strong 4th place finish here tonight. And Knudsen in 5th. Miss Devious in 6th place. I believe that's her top finish here so far this season as well. Larry Birch in 7th. Badass in 8th. Moving over to the other sheet. We got Tattooed Freak in 9th place. We got a G-Bub in 10th. We've got ATK Streeter Tom rounding out in 11th place. And Nolander rounded out the field there in 12th. And not from a lack of healthy battling, let me tell you. Nolander just getting it a little bit wrong right at the end of the race there and put himself sideways at the final chicane. But man, what a great race in the back half of the pack as well here from all those drivers. Congrats, Jake and Paymay. What a battle. Great stuff. That was a great battle. Wow, that was some great racing right there, ladies and gentlemen, from all the drivers. So GG's to everybody involved here tonight, right from our podium finishers, of course, right down to all our drivers on the racetrack. That was spicy. That was spicy, chat. What do you think of that? New physics update, new tire models. Didn't seem to phase these pro drivers one bit. What an absolute race. Oh, you haven't unlocked the track yet? Oh, G-Bub. Get those cafe menus done. Get those cafe menus done. Alright, it's Dragon Trail next week. I think everybody has Dragon Trail, so at least you'll be able to practice. We'll get the lobby settings up for everybody early this week here too as well. Apex on top, says LJ. GG's to all the drivers. So it's going to be LJ finishing in 3rd place with Paymay finishing right behind Jake in 2nd place. Every single week, it is a race to the finish line for position here. Nope. Oh my. Get to those cafes, man. Was Nolander Gaming reading chat again to make him spin out? I don't think so, Kilty. I think he just got a little too happy on the throttle there, and I think he just paid the price for it, my guy. I really do. I think that's all that was. Alright. we're going to go check our podium interviewees. I'm sure they're all locked in. These guys know the routine. We've spent a little bit of time talking to these gentlemen here so far this season, and well, we got them all in chat. So let's go do some interviews, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Glad to hear it, G-Bub. Glad to hear it, brother. I need to hit a button. All right, welcome into the interview box, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into our podium drivers, ladies and gentlemen. Apex Racing's LJ, Apex Racing's Pepe, and Apex Racing's Jakey. Apex taking 1, 2, 3 for 2 weeks in a row here, but Jakey taking 2 wins in a row and looking real solid to try and come out in the lead of the championship point standings moving into the midway point of the season. So we'll talk about that at the end of the interviews. Let's get to LJ. Apex Racing's LJ here. He came in pretty confident today, had a nice solid race, good clean getaway from the whole field here throughout the whole first lap, and it was race on from there. But LJ coming out on the bottom step here of the podium today. Congratulations, good racing from you here tonight again. Nice, consistent, and talk us through it, my man.
Yeah, so definitely have to give a big thanks to the team this week as I didn't put enough work in as I wanted to. So they set me up with a good car, good support, good tips here and there. So it's a first thanks to the team. But yeah, coming into qualifying, I got P2, which put me on the front row, but it put me on the outside, I'm pretty sure, or inside. I can't remember. But I let Jake take it because risking too wide through there is really risky. You can't win it in turn one, but you can lose it. So I didn't want to set up a catastrophe in turn one. And then when the race started really getting on, I just started falling back. Those first few laps are really crucial to stay on the slipstream through the long straights this track. So when I broke that, they just got the draft and ran away with it. And then as soon as I found I was out by myself, I just kind of kept my pace, kept the car alive, and I saw I was going to get a P3. Like there was no way I was catching Jake and Peyton. They were in a whole nother world. So I was just solid on my P3 and wanted to keep it.
Absolutely, and I mean, pit stop strategy. The top 5 drivers all came in at the same time to pit lane, so very similar strategies coming from a large part of the field here tonight. Maybe it was a little case of follow the leader. Lots of position changing in pit lane, lots of guys getting positions in pit lane, and Jakey being one of those things. What did you think when you came into pit lane? Did you notice that he came in with about 6-7% more fuel than the rest of the pack?
Yeah, I didn't do many practice races this week, so I always overfuel just in case because I've had one bad race where I didn't overfuel and I ran out of fuel and I had to save a lot and lost positions due to that. So I just took the safe route, overfueled. I know I had a gap behind me, so I would lose the gap in front of me, but I still had room behind me, like a safe gap to overfuel just to be safe. And yeah, I did overfuel by a lap. Yeah, I can't complain about a an interesting race because that means really low risk, and it's only up to me. It's my race to lose, so I always take a P3. Consistency is where it's at. Yeah, just a big shout out to you for the comms. I'm always excited to watch the races back and DMJ Vroom Room for these leagues. I always get so excited when the race day comes up. I was telling Jake the adrenaline rush is like no other. So this league is something else. I really love it.
Well, we appreciate you, and you're getting pretty comfortable on that podium here. So mid-season is next week, and we head to Dragon Trail Seaside. Thoughts on Seaside?
Terrified. That chicane, you gotta send it. You take it safe, you wreck. It's a really weird chicane where the one time you send it, you kind of have to. So it's not looking forward to that death counter, but I'm gonna have to put more practice than I did this week. So it's definitely gonna be interesting. It's anyone's race to win.
Absolutely, and we're gonna have some fun with next week's track guide, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope everybody's excited for something a little different. from Mischievous and the Dragon Trail Seaside track maps. But congratulations, great racing from you here tonight, and I mean, just keep adding to those points and fighting for that championship. So this is very quickly becoming a three-way battle between yourself and Paymay and Jake. And you ready for this fight?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta be. The level of drivers in this league is outstanding, so gotta put in the work to get the work out.
Absolutely. Well, we'll let you get back to the clubhouse and then get the party started while we talk to the other two guys here. Congratulations,
Thank
and
you.
can't wait to see what you have for us next week.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, LJ, always great things to say. Very well-spoken young man, isn't he, folks? We do appreciate him. Very respectful young gentleman, so always great things to say. Fast racer, no question of a doubt. Putting the pressure on this pro division here week in and week out. Lots of podium finishes here already this season for LJ, but let's talk about these next two drivers here. We're going to start with Paymay taking second place here. He had first place there for a little bit, and unfortunately we missed what happened there when the pass was made. We assume it was at the end of the long straight, but just losing out on that right at the end lap, and Jakey defending just enough to keep that first place. So that was some pretty great racing for me. You got a great start. Jump out in the race lead very early on. You kind of start to control the pace. Jake starts to reel you in. He gets around you, and then you two just kind of seem to settle in and just kind of stay close to each other. Was that the objective in the first half of the race for you today?
Oh, absolutely not. I was really trying to get out and get away from them because I know with that M6, you're testing the rear tires, and it's a full job just to keep that thing on the road for the whole race. So I was trying to get out ahead early and let them burn some tire and fuel to catch up to me.
Oh, well, unfortunately, it didn't look like that strategy worked out. Like we were saying to LJ there, when they came down to the pit stops there, Jake had 25% fuel, and you had, I believe it was 19 or 18% fuel in your car. Were you a little bit surprised to see the fuel difference between the two cars?
Yeah, absolutely. And I was even more surprised just to see how little fuel he took on compared to I did. Uh, and I'm used to actually running 13 laps instead of 12, but kind of took a chance because I knew I was ahead of him a little bit. So maybe because while I was ahead a little bit, I was ahead out front. That I tried to save some fuel, but having no turbo and just running all engine, it sucks up some fuel when you're trying to stay ahead of those guys.
Absolutely, and I mean, the last couple laps there, you reel them in, you get around them. You just get across the start finish line with about 20 seconds left in the race. You're both flashing red in the fuel. Is fuel the major thing on your mind at that point, or is it the car behind you is the major thing on your mind at that point?
Yeah, mostly fuel. Of course, it's always a rush to have somebody fast like Jake behind you testing you every lap. And, it was a full test for me to even catch up to him. But yeah, he did a great job and handled his fuel and tires well, and that showed. I was not able to save enough.
Absolutely. You think that was a deciding factor here between the race between you two here tonight?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was also a great racing on his part. We were side by side. I didn't on the big left-hander. I actually just broke too late because I was in his draft and had worn right side tires. So I was glad that I didn't mess anything up or cause a wreck there. But on the coming uphill, I actually clipped the wall and just kind of filled in behind him and was hoping he would spin it or get loose on the last little turn before the straight. But he kept his P's and Q's and great race to him.
Absolutely, and it was a lot of fun watching you two reel each other in and battle each other, and then reel each other in and battle each other again, and then reel each other back in for that great race finish. So a little more eventful of a race for you, but pretty uneventful. You guys broke free really early on and didn't have to deal with the mid-pack battling. It's always tense in the mid-pack of the field early on in the race, so that always helps to keep your car available to you if you need it at the end of the race. And maybe just a lap too short, or maybe just another 500 meters too short here for Paymay tonight. But just gonna settle in behind Jakey. But anything you want to add to your race, and any shoutouts and thank yous?
Yeah, I'll just shout out to the team. Really great having a team that's so committed and wanting to better each other. So yeah, huge shout out to those guys. Shout out to LJ. He really surprised me qualifying. He really picked his pace up and how the practice that he's been doing, showing off. Yeah, big thanks to you as well for putting this on and giving us a platform, man. It's just so amazing just to be able to go back and watch this and probably just go back and watch it any point. Even when I'm 60 years old, I could probably go back and show my grandkids or something what I was doing in the day. Yeah, big thank you to you and everybody else that shows up, obviously, to compete. It's great having a grid full of drivers that can really put the power down when they need to. So yeah, shout out to everybody.
Awesome. Well, appreciate another great race win. What are your thoughts heading into Dragon Trail Seaside next week? You guys don't get to crack a qualifying next week. It's a reverse grid based off the Drivers' Championship point standings. So, championship leader is going to start at the back of the grid, and then the person that's in last place will go up into pole position next week, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be a 50-minute race. So, what are your thoughts for round 5 for next week?
It's gonna be a huge testament to all of our skills, obviously. I'm thinking whoever's leading points and starting in the rear, that might actually be beneficial so that you're not all just up in the mix early on of something, which I mean, it's 80% chance it's going to happen. Something big happens in the death chicane. So just have to check those points out whenever they come out and just take it from there.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on a great race finish and some more solid points into that chase for the championship. And can't wait to see what you have in our mid-season race here next week.
Absolutely. Yeah, I appreciate it, guys.
Cheers. Great racing as always.
And if you hadn't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. GT45 Gaming, YouTube, Facebook.
Love you, Pammy. You're an awesome dude. That's fantastic stuff right there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, but without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk to our two-time defending champion here. That's right, it's only season 3, and he's a two-time defending champion, so nobody has taken this man's crown away from him here in DMJ North America yet. Let's talk to Apex Racing's Jakey. Pretty intense racing out there today, my man. Talk us through it.
Oh yeah, definitely. The start was rather surprising. Peyton getting such a whole shot down into turn 1 on the hards. I was actually contemplating whether he was on softs to start the race. But yeah, got myself a little wide first 2 laps coming into the tunnel. Had to settle in from there, find my rhythm, and then just started gaining ground. Got the consistency down. And then, yeah, it was literally good battling with Peyton all through the race. It was definitely a major test in fuel strategies.
And I mean, for a large part, it was just a second, maybe a 1.2 second gap between the two of you for the most part. Was that a part of your strategy? You were just kind of maintaining that pace, not letting the gap get any bigger, try to reel them in a little bit here, a little bit there where you can, but try not to use up your race car?
Yeah, I didn't want to push too much. I did a couple of practice races before this week, so I knew where I needed to shift, what my fuel would be, what I could do with the fuel, especially on the softs. I found a trick for sector 1. I was able to fuel map 4 and only lose 0.3 of a second up until the back straight. So for the second stint, that's pretty much all I was doing. Could see the time dropping down, but I was hoping he was using more fuel to gain the time back from the undercut in the pits.
So, got 2.5 laps to go. Payme slots up and around. What's going through your mind?
I saw his loose getting rear. I saw his rear getting loose. Coming onto the corners behind me, I let him go. Hopefully, let him push on, burn up a bit more tyres. About halfway through, second to last lap on the back straight, I noticed he was really bogging down. I was like, right, this is the time I need to push. Got myself in a nice position for the back straight on the last lap and made the move. And yeah, was able to push it to the finish from there on.
Absolutely, and unfortunately, we did miss the pass to take the lead back there as we were watching another battle happening leading up to the start-finish line. Some of the drivers are coming across there, but a great battle in all race long between you two. I mean, what goes through your mind? You're just constantly under pressure for the whole 40 minutes. How do you handle that in the back of your mind? Like, what's your process? I guess talking about what you're willing to release for information, I suppose.
Just don't think about the person behind. That's their race, your race is your race. You're going to make mistakes if you think about what other people are doing behind you, so focus on yourself, and normally that's what can prevail.
Well, there you go. Cool, calm, and collected is the key, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, track experience and seat time always helps in that situation as well, but even for the first time, cool, calm, collected, and just hit your points, hit your marks, and just continue to race your race. Because it's one thing for that driver to catch up to you, it's a whole other thing for that driver to get that pass done on you as well. So, great defending coming into the chicane. You kept it good under throttle. Great exit out of the chicane, coming down to the straight to the start-finish line. You know the race is over. Did you think you had a good enough distance there? Or did you think he was going to get a run coming to the checkered flag there?
With the line I took, it was a bit tight. It was dubious that he would get a run, so I was able to keep it planted coming out of the exit. I'm really enjoying the new throttle application and the new update. Definitely, it's a lot more sensitive. You've got to really control it now. So yeah, definitely enjoying it. Definitely a nice run to the line.
There we go. Hit the button so the chat can hear me. 2 in a row for you now. And Dragon Trail Seaside. What are you thinking? How you feeling?
As LJ said, it's one of them tracks that chicane. It's full send or you're in the wall. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a weird one. It's a one-liner, so I think that's going to be the be-all and end-all for next week's race, definitely.
Absolutely. So drivers going to be cautious. The tire wear is definitely going to factor into Seaside. We do know that tire wear can be aggressive at Dragon Trail Seaside. And, well, of course, the infamous Death Chicane. And we've got a neat little name for that Death Chicane for everybody. And, well, we'll have to just wait for that news release to come out explaining the new name for the Death Chicane. But congratulations on a great race here tonight. It was an absolutely fantastic as far as a race goes as a viewer. There was always something to be watching here on the racetrack in this Pro Division tonight. Anything you want to add to your race and shoutouts?
Thank you to you for the comments. Always a thrill to watch back. Always enjoy watching the battles through the mid-pack. DMJ for putting it on and definitely allowing us to have 2 different divisions. It definitely makes for better racing. It builds up the confidence in people as well, knowing the paces of drivers that they're around. So big shout out to them. Big shout out to the team, always pushing me to be as fast as I can be. Literally Peyton's on my tail all race. It goes to show how much work we do put in together. Sometimes the strategy doesn't work out, but we push on to the next one. And big shout out to all the drivers and all the viewers that turn up.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. I mean, great racing for you. I know it's super late where you're at, so we're going to let you, well, get to sleep, my man. We appreciate you. And I mean, back-to-back wins from a back-to-back champion here right now. So setting a trend here is Apex Racing's Jakey right now. Congratulations. And good luck in round 5.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure as always.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I had lost my train of thought there for a second. Way to go, me. All right. So, let's break it down, chat. Let's recap this absolutely doozy of a race, because that's what it was. It was a doozy of a race. All right. I mean, what else can we say? You guys want to see those highlight video one more time? Yeah, it's been playing down at the bottom right-hand side of the screen. I know, right? You're probably sick of looking at it. But, hey, we're going to be posting those videos progressively here now throughout the weeks to come, starting right back from our DMJ Sprint highlight videos right up until we catch up to where we are currently in the series. So be looking out for these videos being posted on YouTube and Facebook in the near future. We got some reels and some fun stuff coming out here just to show off the series a little bit as well, and a little black book behind closed doors super top secret project happening here at GT45 Gaming for the series that I think will add a little bit of fun during the broadcast, not only for the drivers but also for you guys, the viewers. So stay tuned as we progress forward on our top secret little project here for DMJ Vroom Vroom North America as well. But let's talk about that race. New physics change. There's a lot of question marks coming into the race today, especially as a host of a series. You don't know what to expect. So first and foremost, on behalf of myself, GT45 Gaming, the host of the DMJ North American Choice of Weapons Series, I would really like to congratulate all 12 of our drivers on the racetrack today, because only having a few days to completely have to relearn how to drive to the new models in the game, and then to come out and put on the absolute incredible show that they put on here at Trial Mountain, not only for myself, but you guys and gals, the viewers at home. First and foremost, thank you to the drivers. We can't do it here without the drivers week in and week out. I mean, they always show the love back to the organizations and the partners and everybody involved inside of it, but we cannot do it without our drivers, and we can't do it without you guys, the fans. There's no point without the fans to bring it to the screens. So, it's a big team effort between the viewers, the drivers, and the designers of the series and the hosts. And boy, when things are a well-oiled machine and working, we get great results like great racing here at Trial Mountain from our Pro Division today. They set a high bar here in round 4. That was some great, clean, tight, fun racing. Great battles all throughout the pack. We had a little bit of separation. Obviously, drivers making individual mistakes at times, causing damage. Maybe different pit strategies playing a little bit into that as well. But we definitely seen some mix-up in the finishing order here in the Pro Division, which means the pros are starting to really settle into the series, which means the last 6 rounds of this series are only going to get hotter, they're only going to get intenser, and they're only going to get closer on the racetrack. Great battles between Payme and Jakey again. We've seen it much of the same last week. We're seeing it again this week. These two are so close in pace, it really is hard to say. If you had to put it down between Apex Racing's Payme and Apex Racing's Jakey right now, based off of the standing points, it's too hard to tell. You can't make that call. It could go one way or the other. It's just so close, these two drivers. LJ's right there. He is just knocking on the back door. He is hungry for a championship. So don't count our third place driver in the standings out either. He is hungry for that championship, and he has been very vocal about wanting to hold that trophy here at the end of the season this season. So he's hungry. And then there's all the rest of the drivers still making their way up, chasing these 3 up ahead too. And I mean, it's just crazy. The level of the driving in the Pro Division this season is just crazy. It's fast. It's incredible the times these drivers are putting in. What else can you say? It's just absolutely amazing amount of skill coming out of this Pro Division. So it's a joy to watch. It's a joy to broadcast. It's a joy to host such a great group of drivers. So, great racing tonight. I mean, the mid-pack spicy as always here. Lots of position switching there. Mischievous, badass, tattooed freak. Tom there for a while. Tom, unfortunately, race unraveling a little bit for him here, but still coming out grabbing an extra position before the end of the race there. Nolander having a good, healthy set of battles throughout half that race there between G-Bub and Tom as well. Freak a little bit, badass as well. And just an unfortunate couple little errors there causing him at the wrong time of the race there, and he just wasn't able to grab any positions back, but still very great fighting all the way through the field. I mean, what else could you ask for? We want to see action. Boy, we get it. And a little bit of heartbreak there, but not too bad tonight. I'm sure we'll catch it all in the highlight reel next week, but great racing here by the drivers. And with all the things that have happened over the last few days with the game updates and changes, GG's to the drivers. The drivers own this one. This is their show. They put it on. They stole it. They own it. Congratulations to all 12 of our pro drivers tonight. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Absolutely thrilled. Great racing. And it's going to be a great season. What can we say? Smile on my face as broadcaster here at GT45 Gaming. I am the host for the evening. I hope we all enjoyed the racing tonight. It's sad it's over. I know. But we got Pro-Am Lobby coming back tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time here at DMJ Vroom Vroom North America. And they're going to bring the action thick, loud, and proud here live at GT45 Gaming. So, another race tomorrow night. Pencil it in, ladies and gentlemen, because it is going to be a good one. The grid is full. It is stacked. we are going to have a beautiful race on our hands tomorrow night. And there's some drivers I got my eyes on. So it's going to be interesting to see how everybody handles the physics changes and all the update changes in the Pro-Am lobby compared to our pro drivers. Pro-Am's got an advantage. They got to check things out. They got to see what the pros did here tonight. That does help them kind of line up their races sometimes, which is a-okay by me. I feel like the faster groups are always teaching the lower tiered groups underneath of them, even just by racing ahead of them. So it's all a learning curve. It's all a learning experience, and it's just making for fast racing. So Pro-Ams, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow night, presented by DMJ Vroom Room. This is North American Series Choice of Weapons Season 3. This was Round 4, our Pro Division. Thank you to LWR Designs, DDR, WPR, Hot Laps, High Pre Graphics, and you guys, the viewers. We appreciate you. Stay winning. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, you all matter. We got Cody B coming in with 100 stars as well. Let's get the hashtags Cody B up in the chat. I'm sorry, my dude, I totally missed that. Appreciate that donation on the stream. Also coming in with that thumbs up. Absolutely great stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back tomorrow night with some more hot racing action from Trial Mountain. Final time here for the week from DMJ. 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. See y'all soon, ladies and gentlemen. Catch you later, John. Appreciate you as always, my man. Absolute OG. Love that, John Grayson. Great guy. Great viewer. Great member of the community.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared I walk a straight path. Not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more